got a package from Dave. Let's open it up, check it out. So inside this box will be a Chris Reeve inkosi with a K390 Reblade. We're going to check it out. Also, I think there's a fixed blade in here. I intended for him to chop that fixed blade up and just practice on doing, you know, different heat treats that he wanted to do, but he wound up mostly finishing it and just sending it back, I think. So we'll check it all out. Okay, so here it is. If you hadn't seen it on his channel, it's got that Lynch Northwest clip on there, which I got off of him too. But of course I can't flip it, but that's okay. Like, you know, it's I'm sure it'll work in. But man, what a little beast. I love it. Love how, you know, it all matches and stuff. And yeah, we'll be doing a Rockwell test. I'll splice that in at the end of the video. But yeah, man, I'm super excited about this. Like, it definitely doesn't look like any other Chris Reeve. That is a nice deep hollow grind too, man. It gets nice and thin there at the point. I'm sorry, at the edge. I don't know how much you'll be able to tell, but sorry about the truck. We're doing other things with our tables now. We don't really have a recording studio. But yeah, man, I'm digging it. I'm digging it. So let me see. I got a receipt here from Target. And let's see how sharp he made it right out of the box. You don't follow Dave, you ought to. That's Satu Dave, but his channel is Barefoot Bruisers. Oh my God. Oh my. That's nasty. I know, like, I mean, it's just, well, that's receipt paper, dude. That's receipt paper. Oh God. It's just so nice and smooth. Dave should start a sharpening service. What do you think? All right, let's check out this fixed blade. Be right back. All right, that's what I was going to call the Ford Fastback. It was a design that I was working on, and I just kind of quit making knives, man. For no other reason than it's just a bad time. You know, like I need to work on some things before I start, you know, focusing on operations, you know what I mean? And I'm not giving up on it or anything, but I've just kind of set it back. But I didn't intend for him to finish it. I really didn't. I thought he would just cut it up in little pieces. So originally I sent him some Magnacut. So what I figured he'd do, it's about an 8-inch knife. I figured what he would do was cut it up in little 2-inch pieces or something like that, and throw it in the, you know, throw each one of them individually in the heat treat oven. Just to be able to have some sample steel that he ain't got to worry about wasting good steel, you know, because this thing's been sitting around the house for months now. But anyway, he said it was warped, and I believe him, but I can't tell. Like, I'll put it on. Yeah, okay, I can tell on the glass. We set it on a flat surface. There won't be nothing I can do about that. Unless we reheat the blade up, and then I can straighten it out with a carbide hammer. I do have one of those, but I don't think there's anything that I can do about that at this point. That usually happens, you know, like to straighten all that crap out, you know, in the heat treat process while the blade's still warm. It's not a big deal to me, man. It's not bad enough to where I can't use it, you know, as a something, or I can put a handle on there and see if Hot Rod might want it. You know, something like that. You know, free of charge. So Dave, if Hot Rod wants it after I put a handle on there, let me know. She can have it. If she don't want it, I might give it away on the channel. Not that we have much of a channel left, but anyway. So anyway, if you viewed, thank you. After this, we will splice in the Rockwell test on both of these knives. He tested. I mean, I'm sorry. I think he baked the K390 and the Magnacut together because they have very similar protocols on heat treat. So I think he was shooting for 66. Both of these do have a cryo. I don't know what 66 on this will result on the Magnacut, but we'll find out very soon. So thanks for watching. Interested in the heat treat? It's coming up next. All right, let's check out the calibration. I've already done it once just to make sure it wasn't too far off. but do it for the camera. .63 is the number we're looking for. That's what our test block is at. That's going to show like 62.8. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to bump it up just a little bit on this dial here. But I wanted you to see that I was doing that. Okay. I'm going to test it again just to see. I want to test this Magnacut first. This it does have a cryo treatment. There we go. 63 on the money, baby. So this is that forward fastback. Anyway. I'm gonna test it back here by the hole. About halfway between the hole and the spine, what I'm going for. And here we go. 64, Dave. That's a hell of a number. Should we flip it over and test it again? I think we always should. We'll test it in between these two holes on the other side. These holes will be covered up by the handle. Put a handle on there. I think I'll take the Chris Reeve apart to test it. That's what Dave, I believe that's what he wanted me to do anyway. Down there closer to the end of the handle, we're reading 63, which is still fine. Let's see what's going on down here closer to the tip. This hole will not be covered up by the handle. We'll test it on this flat here. That might be where the warp's at. That don't look good. That might have been what's going on here. Let's see what happens. That's 64.5. I'm not entirely sure what that was about, but anyway, it looks like we're between 63, 64.5, something like that on this blade. Fucking beautiful. All right, let's take apart the Chris Reeve and come back. Okay, actually, as sad as it sounds, I don't know where my tools are. So, Courtney's been working on some perfume. It smells like some, I don't know. It smells like something back here. I ain't gonna say it. It'll be good. I'm just gonna test it, man, because I'm not gonna get rid of this knife anyway. Like this knife ain't never gonna be going anywhere. I'll get it as close to this thumb stud as possible, though. I do understand the affinity of trying to keep the blade looking nice, but the good thing about it is, man, with this bead blast it's got on it, you'll probably be able to barely tell anyway. But even if you can, I'm not worried about it. This is part of who I am and what I do, right? All right, K390. And I believe he was shooting for 66. Like, so we'll see where it ended up. Hopefully we're on a flat. That's 63. That's still a number I can live with, man. Let's flip it over and see what we get on the other side. Or closer to the tip. Also. That's 63 as well. And listen, man, that's a good number. You know, I've had K390 in 63, 64 range, and like it performed beautifully. You know, with the Spyderco's. And I don't know if Spyderco does a cryo or not, but I can tell you, like, I don't have a problem with 63. And if Dave wants me to retest after I get it apart, I can test it back here beside the pivot. Maybe when I said I hope it's on a flat, like there is flat here, but like if it wasn't ground to be completely flat, it may be throwing the reading off as well. So I'll talk to Dave about that. It may need to be retested, you know. If so, that's okay. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. That's what we got. We got a 64 on the Magnacut, 63 on the K390. Y'all have a beautiful one.